Thursday afternoon. Still to come, the fairest young filly of the flora and the fauna, that's Kate Humble. Also, the wine range that's taking the nation by storm. Now, though, one day into Lent, there'll be those of us who are giving up booze or chocolate or some other treat as we enter into our 40 days and nights of privation. Is it good to experience the postponement of gratification, or should we live for today? Here to discuss are radio and TV broadcaster Caroline Feraday, Nick Ferrari and psychologist Linda Papadopoulos. Nick, I won't ask you first. You don't look like a man who postpones things till tomorrow.
No, you're absolutely right. It's strange to see me like that, but you're right. I've been thinking about this, and initially I was going to be fairly laissez-faire, and I was going to say, well, if you wanted to, that's fine, and if you didn't want to, but actually, I think it might be quite a good idea. I think that we should almost have routine periods of Lent. And probably some of the young people today would actually do them some quite good, because otherwise they come out of schools, they've passed exams that really, in some cases, weren't even worth taking. Everybody's a genius, everybody gets GCSEs, everybody gets A-levels, everybody goes to university, then they come into the workplace and they're no damn good. And they instantly expect promotion, they expect more money, and they expect every job they should get. So I think a few days off chocolate buttons and Alco Pops is a good idea. So I decided to back it. What do you reckon? Yes.
Linda, psychologically, as a psychologist... No, isn't it right? You see, I suppose it's another kind of version of waiting for your strawberries in June, July. I don't want my strawberries in January, February. I like the anticipation. So, in that respect, isn't privation, doing without, quite good for us?
It is, and frighteningly, I so agree with Nick on this occasion. Absolutely. No, I think delayed gratification is what makes us go to university and stay in there. It's what makes great works of art, great novels. It's what makes great sex. It's what makes great anything. Being able to delay.
Not having it.
Well, no. Take now.
So the next time somebody says to you, "I have great sex," you know they're not getting it.
No, but one of the ways that they treat sexual problems is to say don't actually go to sort of the end point. Kind of, you know, spend more time doing everything else. And it's so true that if you spend time and everything that you get at the end tastes so much better, feels so much better. And I think on the other hand as well, it's this game show society that we live in, something for nothing. And I do think it does genuinely teach a good lesson to actually have to work for something, whether it is praise or something of monetary value.
Caroline, do you agree?
Well, no, because the trouble with banning people from doing something is that's what you want to do. If someone says, don't touch that, don't look in there, don't eat that, what are you going to do? Touch it, look there, eat it. It's all you think about. If someone says, don't eat chocolate, all I think is, where have I put that chocolate? Where have I hidden it? If I don't introduce that ban into my life and just think, well, a little bit of what you fancy does me no harm. You know, one glass of wine, I'm not going to neck the bottle, but one glass of wine of an evening, what harm's that?
No, but surely if you sort of took yourself and said, I won't do it for a week, then you would enjoy it when you had it all the more a week later.
No, I'd enjoy it perfectly well at the time, Alan, trust me.
So you never, every time you have temptation, you give in? Always.
Well, it's not a test of willpower, is it? I mean, is that what you're trying to do?
Well,
it's just,
if you look at Lent,
Lent
is, isn't it? Because it's, you know, 40 days, 40 nights of fasting, so that's willpower. So I guess that's a kind of testing yourself, isn't it?
I guess, but I mean, I have a degree of willpower every single day, so I you know, lead quite a healthy life and like my life and occasionally indulge in, you know, the odd creme brulee or glass of wine when you want it. And if I tell myself that these are the 40 days I'm not going to do it, that's like torture for me.
Linda, it's torture.
But that's it. But you do delay it in other ways. Like, you do have to get up early for your job. Now, it'd be much nicer to cozy up under that duvet, but what makes you get up is delaying the gratification for the sleep to kind of invest in your career, to invest in your life.
Manager makes me get up.
Okay, well, there you go. So for that game, so it is delayed gratification. And I think, look, it's all about balance, absolutely. I mean, if you tell someone something, forbidden fruit is obviously better, but...
Why is the bank manager in bed with you? That's what I know they've got problems at the moment. I know they offered that service. I'm missing out.
Delayed gratification.
But surely, though, if you're going for this, I mean, you could argue somebody who's working really hard, say, you know, Caroline's working really hard. She goes home at night, she wants her gin and tonic or a glass of wine or whatever.
Or both.
Or both. Not having it makes her life more stressful. So actually, health-wise, isn't it worse for you doing without rather than having that kind of, oh, great, here's my glass?
Please, just stopping here. Self-medicating with alcohol is not a good idea.
I never called it self-medicating. I've never having a glass.
After a stressful day, whether it's for Alan, whether it's for Karen, One glass. If you limit it to one glass, come on.
No, that's fine, but I think we're kind of going off the point. This is all about balance, and I think self-gratification, delaying gratification means doing something for the better good, and then one glass of wine, absolutely, a piece of chocolate. But if I'm not studying, investing in my job, investing in my relationship because I can't be asked and I'd rather watch The Simpsons on TV, then this will have a knock-on effect and it will affect you much more further on, and it's something that's really important, on a serious note, to teach kids.
But isn't it also good sometimes, Nick, just to test yourself? And think, I'll see. I mean, most of us, you know, like a glass or two of an evening. We do occasionally want to say, I'll just see if I can do without it, because I just want to assure myself that I'm not completely hooked,
Yes.
Caroline.
I mean, it's interesting that when we're talking about delaying gratification...
It's almost always drink, isn't it?
It's wine, chocolate and sex, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's those three things. What other things could you know, perhaps give up that would, at the end of it, lead you to that? I mean, nothing, I don't think.
Well, we're talking about giving up pleasure, really, aren't
Yes,
we?
I suppose I'll have to give up river widening or something like that. No, no. I
Give
love
up
it so
something
much.
you don't
But
do.
It's the principle of so many faiths, though, isn't it? We're doing Lent for Muslims. It's Ramadan. They give it up. It's very much part of the Jewish faith. So I think it probably is a test. I was once going out with a woman, believe it or not, Caroline. I once met a woman who said she would only step out with me, right, if I would become a vegetarian. So I did it for a while, and then I had to weigh up the woman, steak and chips. Oh, I'm sorry, my love. It's been wonderful, but, you know, straight back down to Birmingham. Oh, I've got to.
well, there we are.
were that woman.
I was vegetarian for 10 years, so I can give things up.
Right, thanks to Caroline and to Linda, and to a man who was a stranger to the postponement of gratification. Nick Feraday. Still to come on Thursday's 18 show, Kate Humble on Wildlife Without Bilotti, with the wines that can change people's lives, plus there's another chance to win a luxury 3-day break to one of Britain's top hotels, plus £3,000 cash. We're back in a moment.